My journey, right? I come from two parents that suffered from the disease of addiction. It is a disease. Unfortunately, as a kid, I didn't understand that, right? But I still picked up a lot of the ways that they had. My pop sold drugs. I tried to do that, fell in love with doing them too much, so that didn't work out. Eventually got in so much trouble out in Harford County from 16 to 19, messing with fentanyl that I thought was Percocets, but it came in these blue pills. So my dumb ass, not knowing any better, that's why I don't judge what drug, what we do, none of that shit matters. The point was for me to run, not feel, escape. I'm not accepted by my family. My pops was in love with the streets. But I mean, when you think about who raised him, what opportunities did he have? He raised himself. So I had expectations that was unrealistic. So fast forward, I drop out of high school in 2011, and I just start stealing. My addiction is at an all-time high. It's not just one. The fentanyl definitely was, it had a grip on me. It had me doing some out-of-body stuff. I was always this firecracker, right? But, so I used weed and drugs to calm me down. And I thought that is what the way was, because I didn't know about a psych doctor or anything of that nature. I didn't even know it was something besides, they tried to put me on Ritalin when I was a kid, and my mother was like, oh, hell no, you're not doping my child up, right? Not realizing that there's other stuff out there, not realizing that we can advocate to say, hey, I got a little bit of anxiety. I grew up in this neighborhood. It's gunshots every damn 5 minutes, right. Ambulance every 5 minutes. Nobody talks about the nervous system. Right. Until I started realizing I'm in the back seat and the addiction got me up going to go cop. I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing outside, but I know I don't want to feel. I know I don't want to have these thoughts come back of the shit that happened as a child, and I'm 30-something years old now. But people tell you get over it, but they don't teach us how to physically get that trauma out of your body. But if I grew up in Fells Point, or if I grew up in Federal Hill, where they teach you acupuncture actually gets it out of the body, where they teach you how to forgive yourself. Everybody says forgive yourself or forgive others to be forgiven. What the hell does that mean?
I don't know how to do that.
I gotta go back and think of the mentality I was in at the time and give myself that grace. Because I'm not that person today. And even if I am still that person today, I'm still striving for better. And we get so caught up in thinking that we gotta get at this end point. For me, I got caught up thinking that once I get that place, once I get that car, once I get in my career, once I get something, a title, that's gonna make me. Nah, it wasn't until I met myself, found my own greatness in myself, right? Because throughout my addiction, I could walk up and down the streets of Baltimore as a gay black man and not have no problems because the work I put in, working in recovery, helping people out, giving clothes out. When we making thousands, I started collecting clothes, Carl's Closet. That's how my nonprofit started, right? When somebody would come in, I want to get you a new outfit. I want to get you raises. I want to get you set so you feel good. If we're going to start over, we're going to start all the way over. Right. And the psych only knows by doing. So literally that new outfit is telling the psych, okay, we can start over now. So I moved here during COVID. My dad had passed. I had got caught up boosting. I was boosting all my life. He passed away, and now I get caught. I said, oh, damn. That's you. The conversation we had before, he did pass away. He had overdosed from fentanyl, and they found out that he had stage 4 lung cancer that traveled to his brain. So he still survived it, but from not going to the doctor. I see it so much. We get clean, and then now it's something else to try to bring us down. He never recovered from the initial surgery and began to forget to eat and then eventually breathe, right? But if I wouldn't have took that time to step back and was going through my own shit and stop being judgmental, I would be living with the shoulda, coulda, woulda right now. Like, damn, I should have forgave him. Because at the funeral, it was packed. He had no job, no nothing. But the way he treated people, his reputation outside, they telling me that he would take his shirt off and give it to you. So my biggest goal that put in me is I gotta make sure I educate people to understand that addiction is one thing, but that person is still a person. Addiction is actions. Addiction has actions that come with it. That's pretty ruthless. That's pretty, your morals can be there, but addiction sometimes mush that shit right on out the way and have you doing out-of-body shit. And that is how you know it is an addiction and not just a choice. And so it's during COVID. I'm on probation. Once he passed, I started boosting again heavy and then going out to Emerson Village and selling my clothes out there. And I thought I was this hustler. And yeah, okay, this is where it ends for me now, right? Get caught up. I go to Mondawmin to work for child support. They said, you got the job, but you got an open warrant out. Now, mind you, I've never been in trouble, so I don't know what that means. I call up the jail. Hey, they say I have an open warrant. I just want to fix this up really quick. How can we handle this out? It might be my dad. My dad's Carl Sr. They said, we're looking for Carl Jr. So I said, okay, no problem. How can I fix this? Come turn yourself in. I hung that damn phone up so quick. I'm not, But then it was like, here we go with the cycle again. Now I can't get the job. Now I can't get the place. Now I gotta go back to what I'm doing. Nah. And then when I know what I'm doing, right, to get money, now I gotta use in order to block out the emotions and just go in this store and do exactly what the fuck I know I shouldn't be doing. And so I ended up getting a chance. Once I got on probation before judgment, that's how they try to get you too. Because they like, all right, we gonna get your ass. COVID starts, they close all the courts, and I'm in Hartford County. So they damn sure not playing with me. I even told, I'm like, I don't have a background. They're like, well, you do now. I said, oh shit. This is the goal. The free labor. So I move here. I get my ass out of Hartford County. I move here. I start working at a place called Heaven's Place Recovery Center as a receptionist. Yes, ma'am. Oh, wow. Well, look, I don't really remember people do the HIPAA. I don't remember nobody business, nobody names, no nothing. You see me on the street, I don't remember a damn thing. Listen, for real, and that's how listen, I don't remember. Oh, from where? That's how it should be. Respect and privacy. This is a safe space. We telling some shit that my mother don't even know really. So I'm working there, and I think that's where it ends because I don't have a diploma. I don't have much, and I'm still on probation. So I say, well, let me do good here, and maybe they'll, go easier on me with the probation. I do my time with the probation. They violate me because I didn't pay the damn restitution. Wow. So I go back to Hartford County, right? Because I was ready to run. I'm already in Baltimore. I'm working. I'm good. Like, you ain't catch me if you can. But it was something. Maybe I was just like, listen, as a man, I ain't running no more. I'm not running no more. I'm a step up. And I'm not doing the same shit that I was doing. So I know you're not about to hold this against me. I don't care. Like, the power of us doing the right thing and what's right is always going to save us. And I've learned that. I went up there. I showed them exactly what I'm doing now. I help other people not do that survival mode tactics. Because a lot of people think that this is for fun. We're using drugs for fun. We stealing for fun. We doing shit for fun. This shit ain't fun. Adrenaline running, rushing. And I couldn't find another job because y'all got me out here on probation, and who knows whatever else comes with that, what stigmas come with that. So I finally get my diploma. I moved from that place to Beyond Health. That's where I met Monique at, and I'm case working at this time. We did it all. I ended up becoming a peer recovery coach. We were teaching group together, and I'm able to talk about these things. I tell people I was the king of fuck ups. I done relapsed over 8 times. But every time it was, oh my God, okay, money is a trigger. When I get too much money, all right, bet. So I had to set up with my best friend, my partner. Listen, when that check come in from the mayor's office, split it down the middle. Handle your business, split it down the middle. That was a trigger for me. People talking to me crazy. It was a trigger for me. It was just this journey of learning yourself. Because I can't go around and say, you trigger me, you trigger me, you trigger me. That's why I cussed you out. That's why I bust you in your face. I would never get nowhere. And so working with Mo, I got the position at the mayor's office for the Opioid Restitution Board, where we just wrote our stories down. We submitted them. It was 200 applicants. Got down to 20, and then they sent it to the mayor. The mayor picked 8 of us, and I was one of those. I hold the harm reduction seat. And harm reduction, if you don't know, it's just meeting people where they're at. It's that first step to recovery or whatever people need, right? I can't tell you get clean if I don't have a house for you to go to. You're gonna do 90 days in here and then go right back outside, right? So how can I help you in that moment? Because not everybody that's unhoused is using, and not everybody that's using is unhoused. And so we have to make sure that we can cater to each and every person and the needs that they have, the mental health that they have. If it's not working with your psych doctor, use your different options. But at the end of the day, harm reduction brings community together. And that's why on this seat, I'm fighting for the money that we won from the big opioid pharmaceutical companies who were so predatory on us, putting "don't crush this up" on the bottle or else the effects are going to be worse. What you think a nigga like me did? What the hell you think I did? And then everybody get gabapentin. And they give it, once you educate yourself on a lot of the capitalism that goes on, me personally, it helps me because you see the trap, right? If you're hurting or you're sensitive or whatever stuff is bothering you, that means your heart is working. It means your brain is working. It means you got morals. We're not living in regular times right now. But if we run, don't feel, ain't no action coming behind that. And that's where I'm at with it now, where I don't even take on the title of bipolar, right? Because bipolar for me was when someone talked to me crazy and then I'm triggered and I react so fast and it happens within 3 minutes, 3 seconds. But then when you really think about what it was the person's tone that reminded me of my father back in the day. It was the person disrespecting me when I'm one of the most respectful people in the world, and now you stepping all over me. Now I'm blowing up, and now we gonna only focus on my blow up. And so it's a lot of taking your power back. It's a lot of realizing it's my motherfucking brain. I'm still in control. No matter what, I'm still in control. I give myself time to worry. I schedule it. I literally schedule it. Because I'm not about to be in bed at 9:30 when I can't do a damn thing and be worrying about this and this and this and this and this. And I know it sounds weird to say, get a schedule, walk with intention. But if not, I was noticing all this random shit was coming to me. And since I dropped out, since I am still battling, right? Because once we're in recovery, we always in recovery. I don't give a damn what nobody says. Yeah, that's true. So when you have these things in the back of your head, sometimes it can play with your confidence of going after certain things. We qualified. We done made it out in them streets. We can pick up a book and learn HIPAA, learn how recovery works, learn what you want, what makes you happy. We feel like we gotta settle a lot of times for, Amazon or whatever the case may be. Nah, what makes you happy? That's gonna have you going to work smiling. And for me, it's sharing and telling all my damn business so that somebody don't feel alone. I'm telling you, just so somebody don't feel alone, just so somebody understand, listen, there are systems in place, and not to blame anybody, right? We all have free choice, but there are systems in place that can lead you down certain paths, like redlining. You grow up in a neighborhood that don't have resources, but people out using and selling. The subconscious says, that must be my way out. So I say that to say, in this mayor's office now, I found my voice. I'm able to fight for us. I'm not for the big companies and pharmaceutical companies. I'm for us. I believe that this money should go to our neighborhoods. It should go to programs that actually help. But my biggest thing is housing. I was watching people get clean and go right back outside. I done watched you do a whole year. And as a caseworker, I'm on here. All right, you get $900 a month. All right, let's see. Damn, everybody wants to take 75% of that. Or since we haven't been working in so long, now we gotta settle for the lowest pay grade and not be able to find that apartment or whatever it is. So that is what I advocate for. That's what my nonprofit, we give free pro bono casework, whatever it is that you need, from housing, clothing, shoes. We just fill in the gaps. I work with official people that I know how to treat people and know what they're talking about. And this lady has saved me plenty of times. So I don't want to keep talking y'all heads off.
No,
I do appreciate y'all so much.
You entertaining.
I appreciate it. Yes.
How do you determine success without money?
Success without money for me is staying sober, having a community that can vouch for me, having new things that I enjoy to do that seemed lame before, but now I understand, like putting my little puzzles together. Just knowing myself. Success is knowing myself enough to know that people used to say stuff to me because I was this firecracker or emotional, and now to know yourself enough to know you can't get that out of me. You can't get that out of me. I'm still in control versus carrying these burdens and these reputations that were made out of survival mode. It's like success to me is literally having a legit story and being able to share it and not, that's what I was running from. I was running from this story. So now you're able to talk about it and share with other people, even if it doesn't, match entirely. We all still under one roof. We all still made it here. But success definitely for me now is mental clarity. To be able to know what I want and know I deserve it. Know I can choose from whatever the hell I want to do. If I want to change careers today and say I want to be a teacher, I can. It doesn't matter what my past, it was what's on there. And it's a little full, it's alright, it's a little full. But I'm able to justify it, right? Because I'm not that same person anymore. So that's a blessing in itself that I'm not still being, held back from stupid shit that I did, violent shit that I did, stealing. It was so much that comes with survival mode and what you watch your parents do, that to be free from that and know that I can be my own person, even though it's uncomfortable because the brain only knows comfort and what makes us, feel good. Get me uncomfortable all day. Because that's where I thrive at, is being uncomfortable. Hello? Yes. What's up, bro?
So, in not only an active addiction, but also in the journey henceforth to recovery, there's always those things that we say that, oh, I'm not doing that, or that's not for me to do. Those small things, like those different jobs that you just wouldn't catch yourself doing, or dealing with a certain kind of person because, as you said, they remind you of somebody from back in the day. When you get, I'm not dealing with that kind of person. Yeah. Or I'm not putting myself in that kind of position. How do you get past those sentiments, so to speak? How are you able to function in regular society and get past those sentiments? Because that's a big block for myself. I constantly, right now I'm looking for work.
Okay.
And I see a lot of positions for cashiers. And
okay.
I'm like, I know I'm not going to be able to be a cashier because of my attitude, because of the way I carry myself.
Right.
But I've always wondered.
That's where we mess up right there.
Yeah, facts.
Because you got the power to already say, I can change my attitude. I can be in the moment.
How can I get past those blocks?
So, knowing, you already there. You just said it, right? When we know what our triggers and what bothers us and where we mess up at, like I'm a firecracker, I was just telling Monique, just being transparent. My last boss, caught me at a time and was saying, at the wrong time, wrong tone.
Mm-hmm.
It triggered me. I lost it. I went off and ended up quitting, right? The biggest thing is staying in the moment and fighting against those thoughts each and every day. If you already know yourself, then we can put work in to stay calmer, to get less hot-headed, to maybe break that down of what is hot-headed, what does it mean, what does it mean hot-headed for you, that you think that you can't be a cashier enough to block it out and be like, I'm paid to be calm right now. I'm being paid to be calm. I'm being paid to be phony or whatever. Sometimes you talking to me like I'm a bitch. Like, what's up? I get off at 8. What's up?
Right.
But when you start to separate, and again, knowing people take advantage of people working in the public, right? Because they know damn well they wouldn't talk to you outside like that. So they take advantage. People take advantage of those times. So I say, knowing myself, right? Knowing that certain things I just stay away from. So maybe if you aren't working on it, or if that is a trigger for you when people talk to you less than, then maybe working in recovery, maybe behavioral tech, maybe somewhere where you can still learn while working, right? Because it don't have to just be that, just because of our background. Like I said, I was on probation managing a recovery center around the corner.
Right.
They're gonna come off of how you come off.
But,
And you knowing yourself, and the confidence that comes behind it is the biggest thing that sells it, because I had no high school diploma working over there, but I knew recovery. So if you know what you're doing when you're going into these places, if you do your research when you're going into these places and you're confident, you can sell salt to a slug. And a lot of us got the gift of gab from outside, so you know damn well we can go in these places. It's just they want to hear us in a certain tone. They want to hear certain words in a certain tone. I can't come in there and be like, listen, nigga, I need this motherfucking job because rent is due. I might have to take my time and pronounce my words, you know, and it's still being authentic to you, because the goal is to get that job, to get that bread, to get hired. And it helps also see yourself in a different light too, because it's like, damn, my hothead self was able to come in here and really change. Now the narrative of yourself starts to change. Used to be a hothead. I can still get there if I need to, but I ain't going to. Because, you know, people just try to play you out of that position. So I say, keep working on yourself, keep knowing yourself, and keep working on the anger. Because when it comes up, and that's a lifetime thing. Like I said, we worked together in 2023. My boss came around the desk on me, and I lost it. That was the first time that happened. So we don't know a lot of times. So we have to have these roadblocks up. We have to have these breathing techniques to calm us down and keep us in the now. Because even me, still 2023, that wasn't too long ago. If I would have made the wrong decision, I could be in jail right now after that. So knowing yourself enough to know you deserve the freedom before anything else. Because the goal is mass incarceration. The goal is having us out of it. Whether it be on them psych meds or on something on the street, have them doped up and divided, and we can take whatever rights and freedoms from them that we can. We can do whatever once they divide it by color, class. Oh, I never did this drug. I never did this drug. That's why I say we all under one roof. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. Pardon me, you know, and pardon me again.
No problem, bro.
You know, that's, and to a degree, that's where I'm at with it. Like, it was only 2 years ago that I was full time doing my thing at the center of my universe on my best bullshit.
Yeah.
And you couldn't give me 10 reasons why I should work a 9 to 5. You know, and that's not because of convenience or for fun or for whatever the case may be that the stigma says. In reality, it was a method of survival, and it was the best method at hand.
That you knew.
And I woke up one morning without anything and realized, well, what I was doing obviously didn't work.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and now I'm in recovery. So what I'm trying to do is build I'm trying to build a repertoire of good ways to think about going into working. Like,
Yeah.
you know, outside of the fact that I need a job, you know,
Right.
outside of the fact that I can't do this adult shit because I need a job. Like,
Yeah.
that same drive drove me to do what I was doing 2 years ago. I
Yeah.
want more of a grounded way of looking at it, you know?
Yeah.
Like being able to, like as you were saying, to separate yourself. The real you versus the at work you,
The
know?
survival mode you.
Yeah,
versus at work.
you know, like for me, I do culinary work. So being behind the kitchen is more of a mutual respect than a code of conduct.
Yeah.
So that pressure, you know, also something that I carry because it's like, well, I just spent the last 5 years of my life being the man. I can't see myself being somebody else's worker.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that was never a good
Yeah.
idea. in
But
that
you're still the man though.
right.
And we gotta keep that in there.
And-
But it's hard when they
Yeah.
talking to us crazy. You're like, you don't know where I just came from, nigga. I get it.
Right. you
I
know?
get
And
it.
also sometimes I have to be the worker in order to be the man too.
I'm telling you.
So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
to be in a position to be coachable
Mhm.
and to learn in order to grow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that way I can get back when it's time for me to now teach
Yeah.
the
And
next
you're the
person that
leader.
comes behind me. I've been I've been the worker before. So I'm now the master because the master do become the teacher. I mean, the student does become the teacher at some point. Oh no, I see your hands. You had a hand over here first.
I was gonna say to what bro was saying and what you were saying.
I see you, Aubrey.
You know how you talk about with the anger thing, right?
Yeah.
As far as emotions, me personally, I believe it's not good to I don't say block them, like try to discard it.
Yeah.
My thing is to deal with it. When you go through it, so you can come out of it.
Amen. Amen. Because we're not our feelings. That's what I'm realizing.
Nah,
I'm
that-
so angry right now.
feelings
I'm
be
so
bad.
pissed right now. No, you're having a moment that's pissing you off. You're having a moment that's angry, and I got the choice to either hype myself up some more, like, yeah, I'm gonna make you feel like I feel, or I'm gonna take my coping mechanisms, which is harder, which is crazy, right? We think it's easier to just, I'm gonna make you feel how I feel, but in reality, I ain't going back to jail. I'm not throwing shit away. I didn't come this far to start doing shit I did when I was 15 years old. And self-control is the biggest get back to somebody. When somebody say something and they know you ready to say something back or start something, and you handle it with confidence and don't even pay them no mind like you above it, that is the worst feeling when somebody, and they look stuck and stupid. Stuck and stupid.
Mr. Miller.
Hey, you talking about anger management, right? Yeah, my name is Aubrey and I'm a recovery addict.
Aubrey.
That's one of my, anger management is probably one of my biggest downfalls.
Mhm.
You know, I'm 47 and I think the beginning of my life, I was a angry little dude for many years and I had a lot of unanswered questions, a lot of doubts. You know, I was incarcerated, you know, started from orphans to foster homes and, you know, serving a lifetime. And I was one big ball of fire. And I had so many brothers reach out to me and try to find constructive outlets. And I found out that when I was using tools, that only just adds fuel to the fire. And it entices situations. And, you know, I got myself in more trouble adding drugs and alcohol with my anger management. And then finding myself sitting in the 6x9 trying to write a routine about how I'm going to do push-ups every day. And it's like, at the end of the day, when you find, like, sometimes you got to take a step back. You know what I mean? Take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Think outside the box. You know what I mean? And find constructive outlets. And be like, you know, and sometimes you just gotta be honest with somebody. Be like, look, you know what? It's not you. You know what I mean? My body here, but my mind.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna be able to treat you right because I'm.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Or this person might have, you know, rubbed me wrong and said some ignorant shit to me, excuse my language, and I don't want that to come out on you, and then I gotta start apologizing and making amends because, you know, I belittled this person, and I really feel yo because, you know what I mean, you know, said certain things, or he bumped me, or stepped on my tennis shoe, you know, it's a little stupid stuff. But at the end of the day, sometimes, you know what I mean, it takes a bigger man or a bigger woman, you know, bold woman, you know, hands man to walk away from the situation, you know, take that and use that as a strength. Use that anger as a strength, you know what I mean? And once you critique a certain style with that and use that as a tool, as far as strengthening your mind, the strengthening other assets that you have, right? You know what I mean? But I'm just saying,
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
I love that y'all engage in conversation. Let's remember the 1 to 2 minute sharing time. That way everybody can share. Ms. Clegg, if you have a question.
Yeah.
I just want to know if I can get your information.
Of course.
Yeah, he will give you all information
I
at
was
the
gonna
end.
I just want you know, so he can help me. I'm
For
trying to
casework,
find
yeah.
my own
He will
place.
give you all his information at the end.
Yeah. So I do harm reduction casework, which just pretty much means you don't have to be a part of a program. I can come to you. We can meet at the library. We can meet at the market. I always got my book bag and my laptop with me. Usually the biggest thing I help with is like TDAP, housing, the HMIS system, which if you don't know, the HMIS system is one of the biggest systems in Baltimore City that triage you like the hospital. So if you can get into a like the Franciscan Center or somewhere, Baltimore Safe Haven, that does intakes, you give them your mental health information, you give them if you get any income, and they give you choices on if you want to have shared living, you may get your own apartment, that you have a roommate, you may have a room, but the point is they triage it, so having you, like the hospital, so having your mental health stuff, and the more things that you have, the quicker that they'll respond and get you into your place. Because I know for a lot of people that's a constant like worry, which also led me to like rebuilding trust and stability. I know you guys touched on certain stuff this week, and yes, building trust and stuff. So for me, I feel like it was a little bit easier, just because, well, not even easier. The pressure was super on, because getting on this board, now all eyes are on you, right? Now I've created not only new ways that I respond to stress, new ways that I respond, because my mother's still in active addiction. I lost my father, and I'm helping all these people outside, but my mother, she don't see me like that. She don't listen to me. She don't want to hear about no damn coping skills, boy. Go cook them dishes that's in that damn sink that you left in there when you was over here, you know? So I battle with that, but literally just knowing, putting one foot above or in front of the next one.
When you put your foot above?
Right. Sometimes you gotta take a listen. You might have to force yourself to keep going. I'm telling you. But through that mayor's office, I created it's not a nonprofit. I don't get any grant money or anything. I just enjoy giving people clothing, shoes. I clean houses on the side. People overconsume so much that they give me clothing. And I was like, it only makes sense to take these clothes and give it to people who need it. And so with that, now people hold me to a certain, level of expectation. And so my coping skills, it wouldn't make sense to go backwards. Have I relapsed? Hell yeah. And I kept going, and I figured out every time what it was. Even if I had to think about it while I'm in detox, while I'm over at Mercy, while I'm over somewhere. Because the point is, we get so caught up on the relapse, we don't even realize we got life back up in us. Okay, figure out what it was. Did I just choose? Did I need the instant gratification? What the hell was it? Instead of beating ourselves up about it, figure yourself out. Because that's how I gained my trust. Because now I know I can't walk down Utah. I might have to go around Howard, or maybe I just need to stay away from certain places. I'm telling you, it's just that learning yourself, being real with yourself, and stop looking at it as a powerless thing, because that's the biggest thing. Me taking back my power was like, well, listen, look how far I came. It don't even make sense to go back. Does the thought still come through? Hell yes. And if anybody tell you that it don't, they's a damn lie. I just don't have a problem keeping it real. But like I said, I created a life now where it doesn't make sense. It just don't make sense for me. And we know that ultimately this shit is not helping us. The liver, the kidney, the filters of the body, once you ready to get it together, that's all I see. Is all these health ailments that it seems like it's a bigger picture. It seems like it's a way bigger picture. Even with our medications made from petroleum or something like that, they're not the healthiest things. So that's why I say I find safety and stability in educating myself and what healthy things I can do, what my coping skills are. Mo knows my house is full of cement paint. I do painting with cement. So I take shirts and scarves and we dip it in cement, we paint, we add color, we put it on a canvas, let it dry. This shit was like, it's something expensive from Home Goods. So that's my little, so I let it save money.
Carl is being modest. Carl is a really good artist. He takes trash and make it look like treasure.
I do.
So he can find things off the street and repurpose it. He finds things from thrift stores and make it look more elegant. he is really downplaying himself. His artwork looks nice. I'm like, oh my God, where you get this from? Girl, I made it. I found it on the street down the corner. It was trash. Somebody threw it out. I cleaned it up. I put powder. I was like, what? So finding
You right.
finding a purpose
You right.
as far as a
You right.
coping skill that works for him. When I'm not called, this is a very different person than what I met, right? And we just had me and a client really had a debate last week about showing up as the version of yourself, right? Validation is a real thing. We understand that. We care about how we look as a mom, a dad, a student, a kid. All of that matters. I care about how my best friend views me. Do you think that I'm a good friend?
Yeah.
Validation does matter,
Yeah.
but not in a sense where it matters, where I have to protect myself. So one of my clients told me that I'm teaching people how to be soft because they don't defend themselves. No, that's not soft. It's
That's
stronger
self-control.
trying to hold your tongue when somebody says something
Yeah.
smart. Because I'm used to fighting.
Mhm.
That's easy.
Mhm.
It's easy for me to clap back. I got to give a gas.
Hello.
I can talk shit with the best of
All
them
day.
all day long.
All day.
But a fool arguing with another fool look like another fool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And nobody can
Can't
tell the
nobody tell
difference.
from the
That's
outside,
right.
right? So if I'm arguing with John and Mr. Cash looking at us, we
Mhm.
both look foolish.
Yeah.
It don't even matter what we argue about. And
Yeah.
I could be very valid in my argument, or he could be very valid.
Yeah.
It does not matter. Because we didn't take the time to respond, we took the time to react.
Yeah.
Okay.
Reaction is easy. It's hard to hold your tongue and actually sit and like, damn, am I tripping or
Right,
is he tripping?
right.
If he's tripping, I recognize now the conversation I have with him might be a little different. And all of that takes time. It was work.
It
I
is.
think Mr. Solomon said something about the place that he's in. This is the importance of a plan, right? I'm expressing interest. I may not want to be a cashier, but also, do I want to be a cashier? I don't
Right,
know because I'm
right.
exploring interest right now. The interest is going to lead me to the things that I want to do. I have to be able to rub elbows in the industry so I want to be in it. So like.